All thanks to the Author Supply Company, first of all, in our blue corner, at 70 kilos even, making his debut tonight. Another member of Integrated MMA in Brisbane, Jonny Wark. Also weighing in at 70 kilos even in our red corner, he trains under Dim Skillies at the Body Shot Gym in Logan, having his second amateur bout here tonight, Josh Neisler.
Underway, our referee Tim Tarkenor gets us set and ready to go.
What I've noticed about a lot of the early matchups tonight is there's been a tall guy and a shorter guy. So it's been interesting to see the range and how it plays out and how well the tall guys are using their range.
Now, was that part of the plan when you were putting the card together?
I can't take any credit for this card. This is all Cam's handiwork.
The boss himself, Cam O'Neill, putting together another fantastic card, which all fans can look forward to, whether you're at home watching the boom, and there's a right high kick by Josh Neisler. Jonny Wark in big trouble.
He seems to have recovered here.
My goodness, and I tell you what, Josh Neisler lets him stand up.
Josh wanted no part of the ground game, as you know, as we expected from the beginning.
Flying knee there by Josh.
And Johnny's composed and he has a body lock, switches to a single, and now he's probably where he wants to be. Probably not in the full guard of a long-rangey guy, but if he can pop his head out now and get some posture, start raining down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Josh Neisler wasting no time getting to work on Jonny Wark. Living up to his coach's reputation, looking to make a reputation of his own, and he's almost locked in a triangle here.
The triangle's locked in, and what did I say about those long legs?
Josh Neisler showing fantastic skills.
He's cut the angle now as well.
And on the ground.
He's looking to torque on the arm.
He's got to isolate that arm there, Ben.
Well, the arms, if he can get the arm across, the choke will be tight. It's very tight at the moment. And he's been in it for a long time. He's also looking to straighten it out and get the arm bar. See how he's straight ahead. If he can catch a bit of angle, it will make the choke a little tighter. But he has that arm hyperextended.
Jonny Wark in a bit of trouble here.
He looks like he's going to creep out. He's got some posture now.
Straightening it up right now.
The angle is not quite right on the arm there. If he could get that thumb pointing up towards the ceiling,
correct,
then we might have a different story. And there he goes. It looks like it's hard for us to see from this vantage point. He's still working on that arm.
Josh Neisler making good impressions here.
Now he's lost the posture, so
in his second fight.
He's obviously got a little bit of a gap in there because he's been in it for a long time and he's still managed to land ground and pound. He's got the knee in the bum, which is preventing... Oh, now he's tightened it up, he's readjusted.
And you can see some blood seeping from the face of Jonny Wark.
The arm's starting to get across. He's got the arm out, so he's keeping himself with a little bit of oxygen. What he needs to do is try and run around.
And Jonny Wark is out. Pure Scottish pride from Jonny Wark.
He goes for the armbar. He's actually very slick off of his back.
Jonny Wark's starting to tee off now.
Gonna suplex. Oh no.
Beautiful round for both gentlemen. Great defense by Jonny Wark by that round. All about Josh Neisler.
To building industry training. Cost-effective on-the-job training of apprentices. You can check it out at buildingtraining.com.au.
And sometimes when you've got someone in a deep triangle, it's worth putting both hands behind their head and just pulling it as hard as you can. And sometimes that will close that little gap that you've got.
Absolutely. Round two underway, all thanks to our sponsors at Building Industry Training. Josh Neisler versus Jonny Wark.
I don't triangle many people being 4'3" with short legs, but if I do get him around your neck, you're in trouble.
Well, never sell yourself short. All things are possible, as we like to say in the industry.
I've actually won an MMA fight by triangle, so...
Beautiful.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Round two here in our fifth bout this evening.
Good feints. I like the use of feints. I think it's an underused tool. You want to see what the other person's doing. If you watched Stylebender the other day, he's a master. Throw the feints, get a look, see the reactions, and then feed him.
Fantastic performance by, what can we call him, Australia's own Israel Adesanya?
I think you'd have to say New Zealand.
You'd definitely have
right?
to say New Zealand, wouldn't
He
you?
calls himself a Kiwi, so
He is.
by way of Nigeria.
But nonetheless, putting the South Pacific on the map.
Absolutely.
Speaking about putting MMA on the map, Benny, as a co-promoter and owner, with a card like Eternal MMA, what are you looking to accomplish with, obviously, a lot of amateur fights? How do you transition them into the professional levels?
I think it's all about experience, giving them the stage. Like, they've got the lights, they've got the crowd, they've got the treatment. You know, they get treated like professionals from day dot. Big slam, Jonny Wark, and here we are in this guard position again. This could be dangerous.
Just going off what you were saying with obviously their transition from amateur to professional, it gives them that experience, and sometimes we actually see some of the amateur fights far more entertaining than some of the pro fights.
Yeah, I mean, pros are measured and they know what they want to do. With the amateurs, it's all a bit of unknown, and you never quite know what's going to happen when they get in there. But like I said before, I'm noticing that the amateurs are even more composed, which it speaks volumes of the training they're receiving and the level of quality instruction that's available in this country now.
Well, as Australia's premier mixed martial arts organisation, huge thanks to you for what you're doing for these athletes and for MMA in general here in Australia.
Mate, I absolutely love it, and I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Back to the action here in round number 2, less than 45 seconds to go. The pace has started to slow down, however.
Josh is very casual in his style, and I like it because it's loose and he gets the speed there. And Jonny is starting to show the effects of this fight now.
And you can see that Dimps Gillies style type fighting come through with Josh Neisler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Relaxed, calculated, very efficient.
If I was to go back to the triangle, just talking about the triangle again, another thing that he possibly could have done to encourage the finish there would be strike.
Seconds down, Nightcraft Bombers, big thanks to those guys tonight. They have become Australia's leading custom bike builder for Lamb's Approved Bikes. You can call them or contact the guys through Instagram to discuss your build. Nightcraft Bombers. Grand final round, ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise!
And as one Ben steps out, another steps in. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome to the commentary booth none other than former UFC fighter Benny Blanco. Alloway, Benny, mate, how are you?
T, good to be back.
Good to be with you, brother.
Back cage side.
Cage side we are.
Another glorious Saturday night on the Gold Coast here with Eternal 35 happening.
We are watching Josh Neisler versus Jonny Wark, but firstly, congratulations on your man Luke Dwyer getting the job done here tonight in our previous bout.
Yes, very happy with his performance so far. Second fight in his career, so yeah, very happy to see him get the win. Good tough fight again for him, 3 rounds.
And he moves 2-0 as we see Jonny Wark.
Great takedown.
With the classic Scottish slam, Cam O'Neill be happy with that one, and he's starting to tee off here.
Starting to search for that head arm choke, and it looks like he's got it locked in.
Could we see a finish here from Jonny Wark?
That rear naked grip there could be a problem. He could blow his arms out. He needs to go belly down and walk around the clock.
I'll tell you what, Benny, if only he could hear you, he might be able to get a finish here. Explain to us how come he's not getting a finish here? Is it not locked in enough? Is it not strong enough? Is he too tired?
It's more like a leverage situation. So for this choke, he really needs to have all of his weight on the part of the neck he's trying to attack with the arm locked in there. So because his hips are up, his chest is up, he really needs to put his forehead on the ground and be belly down. That way he can cause as much force as is necessary to finish the submission. Again, too, the rear naked lock that he's got on there is not the best lock for this actual submission.
Well, I tell you what, he is working hard for it. I tell you what, you are on point. Ben Alloway, welcome to the commentary booth. No fault at all in that analysis right there.
Although still in a good position here, needs to slide out of that guard. Yeah, nice.
North-south now.
Very dominant on top since the takedown. Of course, coming from integrated MMA, he's going to be very well versed in all aspects of MMA.
Absolutely.
Final 30 seconds for these two guys.
And another slam by Jonny Wark as Dave Ella gets the crowd going. Final 20 seconds here in round number 3. Josh Neisler looking for that triangle that worked well for him in round number 1. Not doing the job here in round number 3. This round has been all about the Scotsman, Jonny Wark. And they could leave it all out in the cage here. Well done to both fighters for a great performance. Dave Ella with our official
Ladies and
decision.
gentlemen, that was a very entertaining fight. How about a round of applause for these two fellas? Eternal 35 here tonight at the Southport Sharks in this fight. All thanks to the Author Supply Company. After our 3 rounds, we have a unanimous decision. And it goes to our blue corner, Jonny Wark.
Jonny Wark, the fighting pride of Scotland, gets the job done here, and you have to think that the determining factor would have been that 3rd round.
And wasn't it fantastic?